This week, the European Commission will present a toolkit of instruments that EU member states can use to respond to the sharp rise in energy prices in the short and medium term in accordance with EU law. This was confirmed by EU Energy Commissioner Kadri Simpson last week in a debate in the European Parliament. There is no question that political answers are needed, said Simpson, and this price shock could not be underestimated. It harms our citizens and especially the households most at risk, weakens competitiveness and increases inflationary pressures. If it's not contained, there is a risk that the upswing in Europe will be jeopardized. Simpson emphasized that the European Green Deal is the only permanent solution to Europe's energy problems. She said, "The current price hike has little to do with our climate policy and a lot to do with our dependence on imported fossil fuels and their fluctuating prices. The Green Deal offers the only permanent solution to Europe's energy problem: more renewable energies and improved energy efficiency. Wind and solar power have continued to generate the cheapest electricity in Europe in recent months. They are not subject to price fluctuations. In the short term, targeted consumer support, direct payments to those most at risk of energy poverty, lowering energy taxes and shifting taxes are possible measures that could be taken very quickly within the framework of EU regulations. The immediate priority should be to mitigate the social impact and protect vulnerable households and to ensure that energy poverty does not worsen. Higher than expected ETS revenues offer scope for this. Europe must also take advantage of the strength of its internal market and increase its preparations for future crises. The rising prices are the result of a combination of factors," said Simpson. And she said, "The world economy has recovered after the pandemic and is hungry for energy, especially in Asia. At the same time, the gas supply in Europe has become scarcer. An unusually cold winter and spring last year emptied the gas storage facilities in Europe. In the summer, maintenance work on the gas pipelines, which had been delayed by the pandemic, then led to a decline in deliveries. The LNG supply has been hampered by technical problems and reduced investment. Domestic gas production in Europe has also declined. Long-term contracts with Russia are being kept, but despite rising prices, no additional capacities have been booked, which exacerbates the tense balance sheet. To make matters worse, less wind than usual in Western Europe and less hydropower reduce the amount of renewable energy available. The price of carbon has also risen steadily due to the economic recovery and the increased use of carbon-intensive fuels, which explains only a limited part of the rise in electricity prices. The situation is likely to be temporary, but gas prices will remain high through the winter and should start to decline gradually from spring next year based on current demand forecasts, Simpson said. Calling for a change in the design of the European electricity market, Simpson said, "When demand and prices are high around the world, the EU cannot possibly be immune. The best answer to the price challenge is to work faster towards our goal of 65% of electricity from renewables by 2030. The electricity market is designed in such a way that more renewable energies and cheaper energy are available for all consumers and cross-border integration is promoted." And she went on to say, "We believe this framework is solid, but we see the challenges. We are ready to commission a study with the Agency for the Cooperation of Energy Regulators, the so-called ACER, on the current electricity market design and its ability to enable a cost-effective and safe transition to a net zero energy system. By the end of the year, she will also propose a reform of the gas market and, in this context, examine question of storage and security of supply. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.